Here we go. Here we go, one more time. Everybody's feeling fine. Here we go now. Blah 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 blah. In the head, in the we got everything you need. Here we go now. Here we go. Blah 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 blah. Here we go now. Here we go. Blah 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 blah. Here we go. Okay. Let's do the intro to that. I heard it and I thought it was interesting sounding. And it's like the only harmony part in this song. Kind of. Yeah. So, everybody's singing in the beginning. Sounds like. And I think this is a perfect 5. And, let's check this out. Okay, so I just listened to it again. It's a perfect 5. And I guess that was the point of that intro. For those of you who don't know what I mean when I say perfect 5, you can have a harmony arrangement. I have a video. It's super silly. I've even got some criticism of it. But I do like this whole like visual of how I see harmonies in my head. So, good example of this is Back to Your Heart, okay? So, how does this go? The words to say, the road to take to find a way back to your heart. Okay, if you do the high harmony, the words to say, the road to take to find a way back to your heart. Higher than that, the words to say, the road to take to find a way back to your heart. Then under the melody, the words to say, the road to take to find a way back to your heart. If you hear what I just did, same thing as the highest. Same thing as 2 harmonies higher, except lower. That's how you would harmonize naturally with the melody. And then under that would be the one just above the melody. The words to say, the road to take to find a way back to your heart. The words to say, the road to take to find a way back to your heart. So when you harmonize when you harmonize more naturally, basically harmonies often copy each other in one way, shape, or form. But sometimes harmony groups that pay more attention to harmony will try to go outside the box and create sounds that will work that are completely different from each other. But it's tricky, especially with music. You'll often hear it in acapellas. I thought she knew they make 5 parts that work. Yeah, in acapellas you'll hear it more often because they'll play more with the harmonies. And the whole point of an acapella arrangement is to create an impressive vocal arrangement. So here, I think they want to showcase the harmonies. And here we go. Da, 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 one more time. Da, 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 da. So, yeah. Let's check it out. This is a perfect 5 part. Pretty neat. And so now that you heard that, I always get excited for perfect 5 parts. Because it's just cool. It's because it's not a thing that comes around too often. So let's hear it. Here we go. Here we go. Question: Lance, are you really doing that? That's pretty high for Lance. In live performances, I hear him doing something deeper. That's not there. Something deeper is not there. That's the lowest. I hope it's him. Please be him. Come on. Here we go. That's not low. I mean, that's not high. It's not like he's going, I drive myself crazy. I can't even do that. How does he do that? He's like screaming that. I have no idea how he does that. How do you do that? I guess some people are born with good ranges. I don't think I am. Anyway, so Lance has a good range. He has a good low range. So here we go. That's the first one. And I hope it's Lance. Please be Lance. So let's call this Lance. There's 5, so why would you just give nobody that? But this brings up something else. It's going to be me. So There comes a day when I'll be the one you see. It's gonna... That's the lowest one. It's gonna... That's not bass range. That's like high baritone or something. It's gonna... I don't know if that's tenor range. I'm not that smart, but it's gonna... That's pretty high. Live, he always goes, it's gonna... Sorry, my voice has been used up a little bit today. It's gonna... So it's supposed to be, it's gonna. But live he goes, it's gonna. So I'm surprised he didn't do, here we go. It would have given a similar effect. He could have done that. I like this better because it measures up a little more. But he could have done that. So when he goes, it's gonna, similar effect. But who's doing that? The it's gonna, is that Lance? It doesn't really sound like him. But then again, we almost never hear him sing on that register, on that octave. It's gonna. Good question. If I ever met Lance, I'd ask him that. Ask all these people questions they're never asked, and they probably don't even remember. So let's move on. I'm gonna say that's Lance. Let's move on. I guess this is Joey. Let's go. And we'll smash it up to hear the effect. This is gonna be cool. Here we go. Joey Fatone. He opened up a food truck called Fat Ones. And I also heard he's splitting up with his wife. That sucks, man. If you've been with your wife for like 20 years or something like that, man, was there really no way to work it out? 20 years is so long. I don't know. None of my business at all. So, moving on. Let's smash it up. Here we go. Pretty clean. That's pretty clean. I think it stays clean harmonies until the last two. I feel like eating taquitos. I had taquitos yesterday. Do you like taquitos? I like most Mexican dishes, I think. Tacos, nachos, quesadillas, fajitas, taco salad, burritos. Am I missing something? It was like that, what is that called? Beef fry supreme at Taco Bell. If that's a Mexican dish, that's good too. Let's move on. Justin, I say, because this is how it usually works. Here we go. I had to redo that one so many times. Why is that note so hard? It's not even that high. Here we go. Oh, that was a lot easier. Maybe my voice was just used up. Probably how it is, but I think I'm a baritone. A little more. You're a falling star. You're the getaway car. You're the line in the sand. When to go too far. You're the swimming pool on an August day. And you're the perfect thing to say. A little more of that action. But he's probably deeper than me. Let's continue. Let's smash up what we just heard. Here we go. Yeah, that sounds pretty clean. So these two extra ones are what causes the extra sounds, the extra rings. I always say when you look at a harmony arrangement, find your basic 3-part. That's how usually people learn how to harmonize to begin with. That's how I learned. I think one of the first... My brother and I used to harmonize to... the first song that we learned to harmonize to was the one. The There You Are, Wild and Free, There You Are, Wild and Free, Wild and Free. And it's weird how we figured that out. It's like, we didn't even like make a big deal about it. But then I didn't really know how to do other harmonies. That was basically it. And when I heard that song... I'm at the race down in Africa. They had that new one with Carl, whatever his name is. I liked that song. Like, oh man, that sounds good. And then I heard the 80s version. I'm like, no, this is the real song. This is the real song. And it had harmonies in it. And really started trying hard to pick the harmonies out, and I wasn't getting it at first, but I eventually got it. I understand it for the most part, what's going on. So, yeah, so that's cool. That's cool. So these extra harmonies are the cooler ones. Let's hear what they sound like. So second highest JC, so let's go. Here we go. So hear how he kind of made his way up? It's because the harmonies build up. The rest build up. So they start off with 2. Pardon me, and then it goes up. It goes up like a staircase. I was gonna say escalier, but you probably don't understand that. So yeah, so it kind of builds up type of thing, which is a cool effect. So let's smash it up. Here we go. Okay, now Chris Kirkpatrick, the founder of the group, the oldest of the group, and the only one that still has earrings. And Backstreet Boys, nobody has earrings now because AJ got spacers. Wait, he has a nose ring, but that doesn't count. Okay, so this part is pretty cool. You really have to understand harmonies to make this effect. It's such a weird note to grasp. Yeah, it's kind of it's a complicated sound. That's all I have to say. So let's hear it. And again, he builds up. So he goes up like a staircase into his note. So that means he will be touching other people's harmonies, but ends up on his own slot. So everyone has their own slot. So perfect 5. So pretty impressive, pretty cool. So when they say 5-part harmonies, they're not lying. By the way, Backstreet Boys has some too, somewhere. I have been listening to that medley. The Backstreet Boys medley, when people want to refer to Backstreet Boys having any type of harmony understanding, that's a good piece. It really is. I was trying to listen out for it, and there's some good stuff in there. Here we go. Yeah, that's weird, eh? All right, so that's it for that. So let's smash them all together, hear what it sounds like one last time. Here we go. Yeah, perfect 5 part. Okay, now you might be asking yourself, Dan, how come you just don't do the whole song? Because there isn't really harmonies in this song. I've had people ask me to do songs, and it's like, why? There's no real harmony in it. For the most part, I just, here we go, one more time, everybody's feeling fine. I don't hear anything low there. So, Lance, are you singing? Unless you're singing that. You usually don't sing anything above bass stuff. Here we go. Except for, I need to relook that up. The Gamma Suspend. Live, he's not singing bass for a good deal of the chorus there. You clearly hear him going, your love is like a river. And there's actually something I messed up. Your love is like a river. It's just, your love is like a river. But maybe live he does that. River, that's probably, I was looking a lot at, that's an old video, so I was looking at live performances a lot. They're good references, but they're not always what you want, because they could be messing around. I concluded that there was a bass in there because it sounded like there was a large bass presence, so I tried to make it out. I might want to relook that. Yeah, but as far as the song, it sounds very unison, and except for the here we go just one more time, and you hear here we go just one more time, and here we go just one more time. So Lance is there, but the other parts is like here we go one more time. So I guess that's kind of a crowd singing part, where everybody's singing the same thing in unison. So this song's not that complicated. It's a simple song. It's like, hey, party with us, we're in sync, yay. I heard Lance say that this is probably his least favorite song to perform, because it's like shouting themselves out. So I listened to Nsync's album the other day over again, and there are songs I forgot about. There's this one song, I don't remember it at all. It sounded bad. It sounded like mid-90s like techno-ish thing. You know how they had that like kind of techno-y craze where the music wasn't very complicated. It's kind of like that it kind of sounded like that. And I was like, ugh, I don't remember this one. But one song stuck in my head. What is it? How's it go again? Wherever I go, whatever I do, whenever my heart is crying out for you. Whatever, how does it go? Whenever I go, whatever I do, I'm crazy for you. Is this the song? The song's interesting. Joey and Chris. Chris is doing an under harmony in the verses, and I'm like, I saw him doing it live, and I'm like, nah, does he do it in the actual song? He does it in the actual song too. And then there's a little part where Joey sings for a second, like if Justin was singing like la 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 la, then you hear like, oh yeah. And I saw Joey do that, and like he's singing by himself, and then it go to the track, he's singing by himself. I'm like, hey man, why didn't they give him more stuff, man? And then like all the later CDs, they don't do anything. And the CD has more solos for the other guys. I wish they gave him more because I didn't like them that much. Like, you are in my dreams at night, whatever I do, you're always on my mind. And that's all he got there. But that's that you got it, I want it. I don't like that song that much, but there's some cool things in there. Anyway, I talk too much sometimes. It's just one of those days. Maybe I'll go eat some taquitos now. Peace and love and ice cream cake. God bless.